You are not a martyr. All right, shoulders back. It's snippet time. Welcome to Sober Living Snippets, where we live alcohol free so we can heal our relationships, feel youthful again, and ditch regret and shame. Today, boys and girls, I'm talking about being held hostage by our own sense of guilt and shame. Honestly, if we're not careful, we can not only allow this to happen to us, we can allow others to do it to us. Let me explain. But first, I want to remind you that this week, our goal is to do the sober days together. You know, I've never actually said that. We talk about sober living, but I never come right out and ask you, are you drinking? I help you to stay sober. Some of my listeners are sober, some aren't. This week, I'm actually saying, come on, let's do these 5 days together alcohol-free. That means for those of you who are actually doing this, and there's no reason why you can't, because I know you can if you were listening yesterday, that means you're on day 4. So I want, first of all, don't forget to celebrate your wins. Congratulations. Some of you are getting your next 5 days, some are getting your first, and that means you might just be a few days sober. And I'm guessing, I know for sure that if you got started Monday as day 1, you're feeling way better by now. It doesn't take us long to start feeling physically better when we've been drinking. Usually 2 or 3 days, depending on how much of a bender we were on. And let me tell you, I had a few good benders in my day. Okay, so hopefully you're feeling better today, a little more energetic, a little more positive. If not, hang in there because it's always worth it. And if you're drinking, that's okay. Your time will come when you will decide, I can do this. I can. All right, let's get to the point. Today, I want to point out that no matter what we've done in the past, others do not have a right to hold it against us for the rest of our lives. In fact, they don't have a right to hold it against us for any amount of time. I'm very serious. No matter what mistakes you've made, of course, we may owe some apologies, but we don't go scraping and sniveling and I'm so sorry. And every time, this goes on for weeks and months. I'm sorry. I know I screwed up really bad. You're right. I don't deserve. Yeah, you're right. I'm bad. Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry because that happened, 3 months ago. I still have to, wash your feet every day or what, I'm being a little bit of exaggeration, but not always. We don't have to do that. Not even for one day. The best thing and the most important thing that we need to do is not drink and live good, healthy lives. We show up, we do what we need to do, and we don't drink. That's enough. That, my friends, is enough. We do not have to go through our days scraping around, feeling so bad, being a martyr. I know, it's mine bad. Listen, those who love us hopefully won't do this to us, but it happens. It happens a lot that our partner or even our children sometimes will hold it against us and take advantage of the fact that we feel bad and try to put us in positions when they notice that we feel really bad about something we've done. They can try to take advantage of it, and that is unacceptable behavior. We have a right to healthy boundaries. We have a right to be treated with respect and dignity. We may owe an apology, and if we do, it's a one-time deal. Look, I realize what I did was wrong, and I apologize, and it's over. That's it. You're done. You don't have to do it again. You don't have to say it twice. You don't have to do anything other than say, yeah, I regret that. I'm sorry, and move on. And if somebody is trying to hold something over your head that you've done in the past, it stops now, kids. No, that's not allowed. I hope that, I can feel that some of you out there are hearing this and going, really? Holy cow, right? How am I going to stop this? Okay, so if somebody has been taking advantage of this and pushing you down and making you feel bad and you let them do it because you feel so bad, it stops today. But how? Let me tell you how it stops today. You're going to go to them. The next time it happens, You're going to very calmly, remember, we stay calm. There's no point in getting angry. We're not going to give them a lecture on you've been taking advantage of me. None of that. We are just going to very calmly take a deep breath and say something like this. I have apologized for that. It hasn't happened again. It won't happen again. And I'm putting it behind me. And it's your time to, and I need you to put it behind you as well. That's in the past. Thank you and goodbye. Something like that. We very calmly and politely remind them that it's over and it's done with. And to this end, I have a lovely little story to tell you. You ready? 2 monks were walking along beside the river, and they're walking along in silence, all pious and calm and peaceful, a young monk and an older monk. And suddenly they see a woman in the river, and she's struggling to get out of the water. And the older monk wades into the river, picks her up, and carries her to the bank, sets her down, and then continues walking. The young monk walks beside him, and a little while later he turns to the older monk and he says, I can't believe you picked up that woman. We've taken a vow not to touch women. And the older monk says, I put her down 10 minutes ago. You're the one still carrying her. Kids, once it's over, it's over. Nobody gets to hold it against you for any length of time. Not 5 minutes, not 5 weeks, not 5 years. Now, if this has been going on for a while, it's going to shock the person. And I want you to be very careful not to get emotional when you have this conversation. When you see it happening, I want you to be ready and just calmly say to them, okay, right? It's hard to not get emotional because you realize by listening to what I'm saying, you realize they've been taking advantage of you. So be very calm about it and just stop them and say, I've apologized for that. It's in the past. I've let it go, and I need you to let it go as well. Thank you, and it's over. That's it. If they try to push back, don't allow it. Just say, no, it's in the past. We're done. I'm not addressing that anymore. If you need more advice on this or you have questions exactly about how to have a conversation about this, because this can get tricky, especially if it's been going on a while. So it's going to change from case by case. But something to this effect has to be said. And if you need some advice on it, I invite you now, if you haven't already, to join the Sober Living community. The link is in the show notes. This is a community that we only launched a few days ago. You'll be a founding member. You will immediately have access to some free resources I put in there, including a couple of courses I built and a masterclass or two, some goodies in there for you. But more importantly, you'll have access to me in the forum where you can ask questions, make requests, give feedback on the snippets. All we ask is that you're respectful. Disagreeing is fine as long as we do it with respect. So if you have someone in your life who's been doing this to you, and forcing you into and you've been allowing them, don't forget that. You've allowed it, you really have, because of your guilt. You feel so bad, you've allowed them to take advantage of you, and you're not sure how to break it to them and really stop it, put an end to it, then feel free to come on into the forum and ask me, give me a few details, and we can talk it through. You also, of course, want to introduce yourself to others. We are building community here, so it's not just you and I, it's you and I and the rest of the team. We are Sober Living Snippet people. We're Sober Living Snippet lovers. That's who we are. And you are welcome, my friend. Please, please, please do not be a martyr. Do not allow anyone to make you a martyr, and don't allow yourself to be taken advantage of on any level. There is nothing in your past that's unforgivable. There's nothing in your past that you have to drag around like a ball and chain for the rest of your life. You don't have to drag it around for 5 minutes. We are humans. We make mistakes. Those who drink, those who don't drink, we all make mistakes. And one of the things we are all entitled to is forgiveness. Self-forgiveness and forgiveness from others. And if there's someone in your life who won't forgive you, you need to rethink that relationship. Because somebody who won't forgive has a serious problem of their own. They may not be a drinker, but they are struggling with emotional problems of their own. And are they worth a person that we really want to have in our lives? Now, I understand this person could be a spouse or a partner. Gets complicated. I understand that. I understand. So don't go. I do realize that things can be more complicated, but really, honestly, you must find a way to take your dignity back by reminding them that you've already apologized. You're doing your best in the now, today, and the past is over and done with. I want nothing but the best for you, my friends. I'm so privileged to have you in my life. Thank you for coming. And here is your daily do for today. I want you to write down, I am a worthwhile person and I love myself. I want you to write those words in your journal. I am a worthwhile person and I love myself. Love myself. Please write that in your journal today. That is your do. That's your do. That is your do. And of course, join the community. Let's make it happen. See you tomorrow. Thanks for popping in. Be sure to come back tomorrow so we can keep your head on straight. Sending you buckets of love.